Hello, my beautiful friends. Today I wanted to go over how I discovered that I was an empath and how my sessions work moving forward if you want to come play with me. So when I was young, I was always a very sensitive child. I was the first to react. I had a lot of tantrums. My parents just couldn't understand why I would be the one to react out of 6 kids. Now I know it's just part of my gift. But it was really hard for me to be around people. Going to school was super difficult. I just felt so much. It was just super intense. I really liked my solitude, which was hard to get when you're younger because they're like, go to school, do what you're supposed to. But I feel like I suffered with feeling so much because I didn't know if it was mine or if I was nuts. And then when you're a feeler, a lot of people don't want to even acknowledge their feelings, let alone have some random person go, hey, I feel you're sad. Be like, no, I'm not. You usually have those conversations with trusted people, not random people that can just necessarily feel it. But it felt like a real burden. And then it got really intense after I had a series of traumatic events. Had my dad die when I was 21. That was horrific. I also got robbed at knife point. I had one of my friends' fiancés shoot and kill himself in front of her, and I also had a friend get murdered. I've been around a lot of people that have passed away, and it has been really hard for me. But through all those horrific tragedies, that's where my gifts came in. I was already on my healing path in my journey, but there was this one moment where I was actually first learning Reiki. It's been like 10 years on my spiritual journey. I wanted to learn to heal with my hands. I knew it was possible. And so I took a class from my friend, and I kind of still get emotional with that, but we finished our class. I was super excited. Me and my husband learned that we could heal each other, and it was beautiful. And shortly after, like the minute we finished our class, we got a call that my friend had been gunned down at her house, and her husband was in the hospital. And she unfortunately lost her life, but God, she's still such a blessing in my life. I connect with her often. But immediately, me and my husband went to the hospital and put our hands on our friend and did everything that we could to comfort him. And it was just days of absolute sadness. But I had my sweet second mom that I love, who's also a Reiki master, come to the hospital and really teach me other aspects of it, and how to release the pain, how to calm and soothe the mind, how to take some of the grief when someone is ready. They have to be ready. But it was such a beautiful path, because after us doing Reiki on him for weeks, and we were talking about this beautiful idea of creating a company that really embodied what Mo was for us, my friend Maureen that passed. And Jeff had a new reason for living. Then he came to our house, and then it turned into, again, hands-on healing. He had a bullet wound this big on his thigh, and I was reading Medical Medium, which is about how to heal yourself with food, and doing Reiki, and he was able to heal a wound this big within 4 months. 4 months ahead of schedule. The doctors were blown away, and I was absolutely excited because I was like, yay! Granted, there's other healers that are part of the journey. It was not all me, and it is never me when I'm healing. It is creator energy. So after, like I said, a bunch of tragedies, it pushed me to use my gifts where I normally would be like, oh, I'm going to put my hands on someone. Where now it's like, I start getting hot. That's kind of one of the signs that I get when I'm working with someone that needs some healing. I will start feeling intense heat on certain areas of their body, and then I'll put my hands on and start to release it. So, coming back to that little death process that I was talking about, I was working with a mentor and I wanted bigger and greater gifts. It has always been a frustrating thing being a feeler and not being able to see things or hear things. And she's like, Rachel, I just went through this process and you're going to be really tired, very lethargic. You're not going to be around anyone. It's like the old parts of you die. Well, this process took 2 years for me. Maybe I'm stubborn, maybe it was part of the whole journey or what, but it was 2 years of highly sensitive and all the old boxes from my past opened up. And so I had to look at them and deal with them. And I got really tired and lethargic and part of me died. And after those 2 years, I was honestly fed up with this process and asking for any assistance with different healers. Did a Lakota healing ceremony, I did mushrooms, I did grounding, I read books, I did anything that I could. And it finally took me doing a deck of cards, one of my favorite decks, this Isis deck, and it walked me through a rebirthing process. And I just felt brighter and lighter afterwards. I went to my husband. I was like, hey, oh my gosh, I just did this this rebirthing. I feel so bright and shiny. Let's do it. And so I was like, here, let's play the cards. He picked a card and it was that exact same card. And he got to do the rebirth because he did that process with me. We both have been just so brighter and lighter. But after that, I got downloaded with this process of how to assist people in their healing. So number one is when I'm working with someone, we talk a little bit and we go through what emotional pains they're going through, what traumas they've had, what griefs, what physical pain they have in their body, and what are they wanting to release from it. Then I anoint you with sacred oils. I invite my guides, ancestors, and higher dimensional beings that have the highest good of me, and I invite you to invite your guides, your ancestors, and higher dimensional beings that have the highest good of you and this world. Then I put you in an iridescent rainbow bubble. This bubble is a safe place for you to release. As you go into a meditative state, I burn sacred herbs and I invite you to feel your pain. While you do that, we're going to breathe through it till it's 100% gone. Once it's gone, you're going to feel so light and so bright. Then I'm going to have you clear your bubble with 5 other big, beautiful, deep breaths. And then I'm going to hold sacred space while elevating your vibration to communicate with whoever you'd like. Usually I like to do your higher self because that's like the purest form of you that really knows your birth plan, what you're here for, and really guides and directs you. Others, for the other 2 spots, can be a higher dimensional version of yourself that simultaneously exists as one of your guides. It can be a person that's passed. It can be Jesus. It could be Gandhi. Any type of entity or person that you're working with that will assist you in your evolution. If any of these goddesses have read Sophia code, we can bring in that Sophia energy and it's unreal. After that, you have 3 moments with each of these guides. It's a personal conversation you get to have with them. Then I go through and I clear and align your chakras and get rid of cords and attachments. Cords and attachments are contracts and agreements that we've made with other people while we're here. So as you're even watching this video, we're making a cord with me. So I always like to clear myself after I do one of these videos. But once you're done, I also put a really beautiful protective armor for you. So while you're out in the universe and the world, you are protected and safe and guided. But when you come out of this, it is such a gift. I have people come out that tell me the most amazing stories of the things that they were able to release, the things they were able to really jump in to know what they get to do in their life. It has honestly been a huge gift for me to be a facilitator to assist people in this process. So if this process calls to you, if it feels like something that you get to do, private message me. You can set up some time where we can do it over video messenger, or I really prefer for you to be in my sacred space in my home in Sandy, Utah, where you can come and I can anoint you. You can experience the crystals, the energy grids that I have created to harness a sacred space. So I bless that this goes to someone that it serves, and that you know that you can be healed, and anything that you're struggling with is temporary, and that I love and adore you. So many blessings, my friends.